I'm going up, I know it's necessary, cause I feel like I'm bodying up. I've been stuck, been here since February, man, I feel like the timing is up. Got me like, bruh, do what the fuck. I know you ain't using your noggin for nothing. Now it's a rush, you better get off of your ass, you ain't got the profit for lunch.
And we are live, How we looking? Looking good. Alright, so we're back with another episode here at Elevate With Us podcast.
Episode 5.
And today is our first of all, let me just mention, we didn't mention this, we're in the basement with it. We're in the basement, we're getting it from the mud. And that's that. But we're here with our first guest on our podcast, and this is exciting. This is when we're getting into the juicy stuff, bringing up guests and stuff. And we have my boy, the one and only,
yes,
L.A Gellis.
How y'all doing?
What's up?
Pleasure to fucking be here, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's no cursing on the show.
Nah, you could curse. You could curse.
So anyway, LA, tell the people, what's your name? Where are you from?
All right, so like, I'm not gonna tell y'all the government, cause like, you don't know how I move. Anyway, I'm from the 610. Born and raised all my life. I think I left the country one time in my lifetime.
Where'd you go?
To DR.
So, love DR.
What are we getting into?
Love DR. But you ain't even. What do you do, my guy? What do you do?
I don't do anything. I'm a part-time rapper. Now let me stop. I'm a rapper. I make music. You know what I'm saying? I love to go, like that. Like that's just my thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just one thing to know about me. Like, you like go check my shit out all over Apple Music, everywhere, Spotify. Like that's what I do.
It's gonna be linked in. It's gonna be linked in.
Yeah,
we plugging you in. We plugging you in.
I'm gonna need it.
And just for a shout out, cause you blessed us. You gave us a song to use for our intro. If you didn't know who was on the intro, this is the man right here.
Okay, so, but more importantly, I do want to point out that if you go check out my last album, there's a song on there called "Think About You." My man Sherv.
He made it onto the
it's
album.
It's officially on my album, right? Also, I got a new project dropping.
Thank you very much.
My man's Kareem also got a verse on that too. So, you know, I had to.
We all it's
come out here and show love. These my brothers, man.
Exactly.
It's all beautiful. It's all beautiful how everything intertwines, man. It's
100%.
all beautiful.
100%.
All right, so
I like it.
Now, a lot of people watching may not know who you are. Some may know who you are. I know I follow because we have a couple of mutual. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, starting music, where did the passion for the music come from? Where did, you know what I mean, all the energy to put into? Where did you decide where you wanted to make this something you actually want to do and pursue?
All right, so you asked the right question. It might take me a little bit to fully answer this, but so starting off, so my mom and dad had separated. So like I was just in a situation just growing up where after school I would go to my mom's house every day until my dad got out of work, and then I'm going there and sleeping. But so my mom had another relationship after, you know, like my dad, and so this man's now my stepdad. Fucking I love this guy. Shout out to fucking Rel, my manager, all that.
Rose.
So that's my stepdad. So he actually had a cousin that came and moved in with us, and he did music. He's from Atlanta, right? So like what it really was like I always liked it, you know what I'm saying? I was always in the music. Like, I grew up with like 50 Cent, Kanye, little fucking white boy, you know. So so he came in, and like just to sit there and watch him do it, like he like this is what like really like did it for me, was like that you could really do this in your house. You know what I mean? Like to really like go in, like make a beat, record your vocals, and have that sound like an industry song in your own house, as long as you know what you're doing. That right there was like, all right, like that's the dopest ever. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the magic that happens in this world is just not knowing what goes into
how to do things
the
correctly,
things behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Correctly.
So like the magic of the music just being like right there in front of me, like I'm like, all right, cool. So he gave me the Free Loose program on my laptop, and I started making beats like that. And this is when I was like 14, 15. So just progressively from there, I was just self-taught, like literally just like me in a program, just all day, after school. Mind you, I had no identity. Like you knew me from back in the day. I had no identity. I'm just going with the flow.
All right, not to cut you off. Backstory. Me and him knew each other since, like, me and him used to fight in a parking lot. The one time we were fighting, I used to be skinny. You know what I mean? Skinny.
Yeah.
He used to be a little chunky.
When did
we
you
had,
guys meet?
like, we were like,
So our moms are best friends.
yeah, we met
This is
like
back
when
in
we-
like high school.
You know what I mean?
Like,
Not even high school.
No,
We
like
were-
when they was in.
Yeah, when they were
Yeah,
high
when
school.
they
were
in
high school.
Yeah, like we were
Like-
like in elementary school, bro.
Yeah.
Like type shit. Like it might have been my first year in middle school, and he's a year behind me, so he might have been in 5th grade. I might have been in 6th, and we was fighting in a parking lot. Like me and him, like we're brothers, so we fighting in a parking lot.
Yeah.
We got like high schoolers walking up to us, calling us like egging it, calling us
Yo, I
Slim
forgot
Jim
about
and
that.
Meatball, Slim Jim and Meatball.
Oh yeah, yo, I remember that.
Meatball,
I
yeah.
forgot about that. You just unlocked the whole memory. God.
Yeah, nah, that
Damn.
shit was funny though. But yeah, go ahead, my bad.
But no, you get. But nah, so. Like I really didn't have an identity. I was just going with the flow. Like shit just was what it was. So like when I started doing music, I was like, okay, like I felt I had a knack for it. You know what I'm saying? It made me feel good, and that's all it was. You know, it was just that simple love and passion. That
Right.
thing that gave me my
Okay.
own confidence, my own inner light, my own sense of clarity. Something that was mine. So like right then and there, I was like, yo, this feeling right here is like. See, that feeling of knowing that you got something that you love is cool. It's another thing to see yourself excel in it. You know what I mean? To really love something and then see somebody else, like it be passed on to somebody else and have them say, oh my God, this is really good. I have them have an emotional attachment to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my art. You know what I mean? And for
Yeah.
somebody that's on the level I am at 14, 15, that means the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So with that being said, I got into music and I kind of took what I had, you know, like the equipment I had and stuff, and I brought it over to, man, shout out my best fucking friend, my brother, Mac Villain. No, not Villain. It's Macville. It's Macville. It's Macville. He's going to chew my ass out later for that. But nah, Macville. So me and Macville actually go way back to, like, around the same time as me and him.
Mm-hmm. You met him do the same way, like school? Or?
School.
Cool.
You know, he was just that guy. But it started off as genuine friendships. It had nothing to do with music. Like that was just my best friend. So anyway, I took it to him. His family is very rich in music too. Like his family has been like in and around the Allentown music scene since they were in high
Yeah.
school. You know what I mean? So he had it in him. Me and him both like the same. You know what I'm saying? It just worked out. So eventually, I started doing it with him, and as time went by, like. Motherfuckers just got better and better and better and better, and then it got to a point where it was like, all right, like we could take this seriously because, you know, you look at your peers and you look at yourself, and when you know you put in that work, and you see yourself where you are at compared to your peers, like you know what I mean, like you know
Yeah.
what I mean, like you know what you got,
Mm-hmm.
so that's what it was, and then eventually my stepdad put me on a guy who could help out, kind of show me the. You know, get my foot in the
Show
door.
you the ropes,
What's
show you the ropes,
really
yeah.
going on? And how to really do this, and so that played out. You know what I mean? Like we're still going. I dropped the album. Macville dropped the album.
Mhm.
I like executive produced that. I had a lot of artists that I worked with so far that I've come across. Like it's just been dope. Like I'm not on top of the world yet by any means, but like
It's a journey. It's a
Yeah.
journey.
that's what every
Yeah,
step
yeah,
of this. I was just
100%.
a
And that's
reference
what-
to y'all other podcast the other day because you know I watched that. Like it's not even the glory that's the fun part of it. It's the struggle.
It's the work.
It-
It's the work.
every
It's the
step
journey
in between.
getting there.
That's what I mean.
Because once you're up
Like-
there, what are you gonna think about? You're gonna think about
Exactly.
this.
Exactly.
This right now. This is what
I'm
we're doing
never
right now.
gonna- Like, yo, we don't know the day that we'll never be able to do this again. That's what I
Exactly.
mean. These are my
Exactly.
real brothers. Like these are
Exactly.
really people that I love and come out and support me. At the end of the day, this shit goes up for any of us. Like realistically, with all due respect, who knows when we'll ever be able to do this again?
Exactly.
Like, or when that day comes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So just
That's
shit right here is what we got.
100%.
So one shout out Macville.
Oh
brother,
yeah,
you
shout
know
out
what I mean?
Macville.
He's been doing
Like,
his
shout
thing.
out Macville and the whole Triple R team and
Yes, sir.
family.
He's been doing
Like-
his thing out there. I seen him.
Yes.
Did a couple shows at Music Fest, which you were a part of. So getting back to you, you had an album release last year, Gemini, right? Last year.
Yes, sir.
Last year, Gemini.
Last year on
Um,
November.
How was that for you? It was your first real album, right?
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
the first thing that I like. See, I had dropped a little project before that, but that was just me hopping on a microphone and having fun. Gemini was the first thing I really was like, okay, this is what I want to say. This is what I want to write. This is how I want it to go. This is, this isn't just for the ears. This is for like.
It's for you. This is the
yeah,
art
yeah,
that you're making.
Exactly. This is something that defines me. Exactly.
Great album, by the way. Great album.
Thank you.
You know,
Appreciate it. I try.
100%.
Listen, I look back on it now, though. That's one of those things. I look back on it now, man. I could do so much better. We all could do so much.
That's the
Well,
good thing
that's
about
what
it,
I'm
though.
saying,
That's the good
though.
thing about it.
But that's what I
a good
mean.
thing.
Like, it is a great album, and it like that's what I'm saying. I know myself. I know it's a great album, but like
You know you could do so much better,
Yo,
and you're gonna do better.
things that I got coming, man.
And the thing,
Like,
and the thing is, that's what we're
bro.
here. Like, even on this podcast, we're all here about elevating and
You
reaching
elevated
new,
with
yeah,
us.
and just
Exactly.
like reaching new levels and always seeing the of
Yes.
course, like our first podcast wasn't ideally what we pictured, but we just got it done. So
Yeah.
when you got your album done, it's like congratulations, you got it
Yeah,
done.
yeah,
it's,
You
a,
know
exactly.
what's
it's the
next.
next step into
Exactly.
the future. You know.
So
Yo.
now he's talking about his next album. So when's the next album coming out? What should we
Oh,
expect from
man.
that? What are we waiting on? Like, come on, like, how long have you? I know how long you've been waiting on for this album. It's been in the works. You've been doing some great work behind the scene. Like, when's the release date, man? When are we gonna hear this one?
Okay, so I can't really give a release date only because this. I keep it a buck with everybody. This album ended up being something. I don't want to say the word like real personal to me, even though it is, but like this just ended up being like my baby. You know what I mean? So like, the level that I'm at, shit falls through. We have our setbacks and stuff. So that's why it took me a whole year to even think. But I have a whole album in place. Everything's like recorded. All my concepts are out. Everything's like ready to go. It's just a few last
touch-ups.
And I'm one of them.
He's the only verse that still needs to get recorded on this album. Anyway,
I didn't even know that. That's
Yeah, I'm the
fucked up.
only one that he's
Yeah.
waiting on me.
literally. Anyway, but all I'm saying is I can't give a release date only because this album there's so much being put into this album, especially with the resources that I have at this level, the amount of money I'm able to do it with. It's not a lot. Like I keep it but it's not a lot. Like we're in a recession. Like
He said we are in the recession.
like
That's a fact.
it's a little bit tough out here. But yeah, so like this next album is really, really special to me. The songs and the way it sounds is something actually very different than what I'm used to even doing, and it's like it's done so well that like yeah I could drop it, but I'm at a point where like yo this is really
You
important.
need timing, good time.
Like
right
yeah.
timing,
So on that note, I will give you the name of the album. The name of the album, and this is the first spot that I'm telling anybody this
Yes,
publicly
sir.
at all. The name of the album is Till We Out of Time.
Till we out of town. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm not gonna lie.
TWOOT.
That's
And
a-
I will
that's a
say that
good
the
one.
concept of the album
I fuck with that.
is about a relationship that I had, and it's not necessarily like the relationship. It's not all love songs, like it is, but it's not. It's just about. It's about the process that. It's about the process that somebody like me has to go through in a relationship and dealing with one and each point of it too. So there's a song about the beginning and how fun this shit can be, and there's a song in the middle about how, you know what I'm saying, I could give a piece of myself up for somebody even though I didn't want to, and then there's a song, and then obviously you got that heartbreak song that everybody's gonna be
Yeah.
screaming at the shows, but that's what this whole album, you know what I'm saying, kind of
Represents you.
yeah, like symbolizes and stuff, and like I feel like I did it so well. Everybody does a love album. Everybody does an album about relationships.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like to have my own, it has to be done a certain way.
And
It
your
has to be
artistic
done.
perspective, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
you
It
know what
has
I
to be
mean?
done the
Like
way they
it
want
has to be done
Exactly.
in a way that makes me special. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
That's the feeling for
that's
you.
where we are at with the next album.
That's exciting, man. I can't wait. I can't wait
Applause
to
to that,
hear.
applause to that.
You know what I mean? I'm insider. I heard all the songs. I can't wait until it gets released. It's a great album. Definitely, when it's released, you will see it here on this page and on my personal page. You'll see it on Shervin's page,
Yes.
and we'll show
See
all the
everywhere,
love
see
and
everywhere.
Appreciate
go
y'all, 100%.
listen to it. And this is that plug-in for right here. Thanks for being the first spot to release all that information.
100%.
Another question.
There's no better spot.
All right, so what makes you different from other artists? Definitely in a area, you know. I believe we got one, maybe two artists that I know that, you know what I mean, have some motion behind them. You know what I mean? They're out there. But other than that, it's kind of like a fight with every other artist. So what makes you different from a lot of these artists?
So, like, that's a crazy question, and I'll say right now that like I kind of have an answer, but I literally only just thought about it when you asked the question. I really don't know what makes me different, and in a way, I feel like that's what it is. So, as far as an artist goes, a lot of artists that make it today, a lot of what's going on today is there is some kind of, I don't want to use the word gimmick because that downplays it, but there is a business strategy as far as image goes, as far as their literal business plans about how they go about it. There's somebody's trying to find a crack in the fucking thing and exploit it. You know what I mean? And then that's how a lot of artists come up nowadays. I feel like with me is, like I said earlier, like I always struggle with identity issues. Not like not knowing who I am, but just like I'm so free spirited in a lot of shit that I do. Like I really can't attach myself to a lot of things just because everything comes, you know what I'm saying? Everything comes and goes, and my interest comes and goes in a lot of things. So like as an artist, I feel like the ability to like tend to multiple crowds and at the same time like not be a specific thing.
Be yourself.
Like, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm so ununique that I don't have anything to exploit. Therefore, that makes me unique. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit, anything you hear from me is just raw talent, is raw emotion. Like, yes, I'm creative, but I'm not the most creative. The only reason I'm creative in my music is because I feel that. I don't feel a lot of things, but the reason I'm creative in my music is because I make things that I feel. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you know it's you know what I'm saying? It's pure genuine stuff. It's because
pure passion. That's
you know what I mean? If
you.
I make a song that I made just to make it, you'll hear that. You know what I'm saying? Immediately in the song. But when I make my good stuff, it's, you know, so I think that's what kind of would be the main thing that separates me is just as somebody who is so well-rounded, but at the same time not just trying to dominate or exploit or like go so hard on any one thing. You know what I mean? Just because
you're trying to be passionate,
that's what I mean.
Specific thing that you want to do.
That's what I mean. Like,
yeah. You're not,
on all my I'm a Gemini. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why the project's called that. Is because that whole album, if you were to listen to it, every song is
Go listen to it.
Every song is a two-sided story. You know what I'm saying? Half the time I'm aggressive and I'm in a careless attitude and I'm in a thing, and then the other half of the album I'm very vulnerable and I'm very like trying to
meticulous.
Yeah, and I'm trying to really convey my emotions as opposed to like saying no, fuck that, I shouldn't have it. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that I do that I try to keep it very well-rounded and from all aspects of it, and I feel like not a lot of artists do that. Like nowadays, you know what I mean? Because like I said, everything's just very...
Yeah, especially in the music business.
They stay in their lane, you know what I'm saying? They might push their sound, but they'll never push their...
They never push their limit because it's about this at the end of the day. For them,
yeah.
it's not
and
about
once
the
you
art.
start making that,
exactly.
why change it?
So exactly, when real good artists hit it and they get on a stride and they make it, they stick with that sound because it's what bringing them money. They don't want to really do, for example, the art that makes them happy because it might not make them money.
Exactly.
So I understand. I definitely understand.
Also, fun fact, I can never replicate a vibe to even one of my own songs.
So it's
Like I want you to know that
Yeah.
if you were a record label producer or whatever, saying you said I want a song like this one, it's not going to end up like that.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. Everything was made right then and there. You know what I mean?
And it's
like,
up for the vibe of the moment.
I can't stick to anything, man. Like that's something that I deal with constantly. I can't stick to nothing. Like even my passions, even the way I like things, everything is constantly evolving. Like it's evolving faster than I can even grip.
Because you're growing with...
he's
elevating,
elevating, man, and
elevating.
elevating. And that brings me to my next question, actually. It's like, because you know, here on this podcast, we're all about growing and growth. And you being an artist, but also human. First, we'll ask you, how are you growing as an artist?
being fully vulnerable and truthfully honest, like how I've grown as an artist. Okay, so I've noticed that during, say, about a year ago when I was growing exponentially and very, very fast. Also, like I said, like I don't want to toot my own horn, but like I know I'm good. You know what I'm saying? My ability.
Toot that shit.
You know what I mean? Like, like I know I'm good. Like, so my musical ability and then the ability to really keep up with that and all the other aspects that come with being an artist, they don't really match up. And so, as far as elevating goes, I haven't heard music because music has not been my focus. My focus lately, for the music as an artist, is to learn how to be a businessman.
Okay.
And in the music world.
Yeah, and I had a problem with mixing, personal shit and business. Yeah. So that's been a lot of. I had to get over that, and I had to learn how to. It's just consistency things. That's where the business aspect of it comes. I can make songs all day. Can I make a video to go with it? Can I promote this? Can I do the things that come with having a song that is doing successful? You know what I mean? Like, can I drop what I'm doing right now and give it up for this? It's a lot of things that.
Can you be a fully well-rounded artist?
It's what exactly.
And not only music and art, but also business and marketing. And
that's what a lot of people don't understand. Because like, there is a business world,
and I'm not gonna lie, the music business world is absolutely fucking ruthless.
Yeah.
That's the sad thing about it. People, sure, it does only take one song to blow up. But once that song blows up, you know how many people want to get money in their pockets as well?
Mm-hmm.
You know how many people are going to try to, undercut you and do a lot of shady shit just to get some money in their pocket? Because at the end of the day, it's all about money.
Yeah,
it's all about money.
That's a fact.
Well, that's a good thing that you're working on that, though. That you're learning that, because a lot of artists, thank God that you're learning that now, because God, you could have blown up already and had millions taken away from you just because you didn't know, and you're thankful exactly
for that.
And be grateful for that, because now that you're learning the business side of it, now you could really, really focus on the art and the music, because you already got the business side. You don't got to worry about that business side.
Exactly.
So when you drop the art, that business side, the marketing side, takes care of itself.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
And that's what.
So that's a great thing on your part to learn that early, because we're young, and trust me, there's people 40 years old right now who's blowing up who don't even know.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah. So
that's what I mean.
That's a blessing right there.
It takes a lot, and that's all I was saying with this whole gimmick thing too. Is as a businessman, I had to learn what my strengths were and what my weaknesses were. And what my weaknesses is my image. You know what I'm saying? I could fill a lot of roles. And I could do it well. That's hard to market. It's easy and super hard to market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, once it goes,
super easy, because you can pick whatever. Super hard because you don't want to pick.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it is.
I exactly know what you mean.
To learn how to hone my business onto myself and do it the right way that works for me is where I've been trying to elevate my game, because like it ain't on the music side. I body anyway.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm being truly honest here, because there's a lot of new artists coming out, and I'm being truly honest. You're definitely one of the better ones.
I appreciate you.
And I don't even mean that out of a way like, you're my friend. I'm being truly honest, because you already know the first time I ever been in the studio. Well, my best friend took me to his best friends, so it was like we all, he brought me in. He taught me a lot about music, because I love music too. I love making music as well. I just haven't been real relevant or prevalent on it, but you definitely got it. You definitely, because a lot of people, they may not have it. They might have the gimmick.
Yes.
The gimmick, I'm sorry, makes more money than the music.
I was gonna say, the gimmick will take you a little farther, a little quicker.
Look what the gimmick got. Blueface and 6ix9ine and all these people, and they're still relevant, and they're still making music, because at the end of the day, the music will come, because people are gonna bring you the songwriters, and they're gonna get that going. But it's a good thing that you're not even focusing on that. You're focusing on the music, which is the most important part.
Yes.
And that, I'd rather see that in an artist any day than focusing on a gimmick, trying to be seen, instead of focus on the art that's gonna be here forever.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's all.
So I applaud you for that. I really do. Because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people our age, all they're focused on is the gimmick, because the gimmick is what brings the money.
Exactly.
So they don't really care about the music. They care about, how can I be seen in social media to make money. To them, music could be a secondary thing, but it's hard to make music a primary now in this day where I'm not gonna lie, we all need money. We all need to live. So.
No, that's
Definitely
perfectly
applaud
put.
you, though.
That's
Definitely applaud you.
perfectly put.
Definitely
That's
applaud
And
you.
not
perfectly
only
put.
that's the thing that's special about this kid is I said kid as if I don't know you, but my guy. The one thing that's special
That's
about
how
this
far
guy-
back we go. I'm gonna let it slide.
but he not only knows how to rap and you know what I mean
He got the melodic. He could rap.
he could rap,
sing.
but bro,
but
he could teach people how to like.
He taught us
teach-
how to
yeah,
do mad shit too.
But he teaches people, but he could mix. He mixes everything himself. You know what I mean?
This kid, by the way, we didn't even bring that up. The kid, now I'm calling him kid.
What is happening?
LA, bro, I swear, my son, he mixes everything. He mixes, engineers, everything that you hear done on the song. He does it all himself.
He even knows how to make his own beats. He doesn't do it
He does it all himself.
anymore.
All himself.
But-
And that, I'm not gonna lie, to do it by yourself, that shit is hard.
When I tell you-
And the thing is, he's done this for so long, it takes him 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What takes us 3 hours takes him like 10 minutes. He's just like, bro, what are you doing?
Like,
And
push
he's
the-
just doing
just
it.
push
Yeah,
the
just
fucking
push this button. Like, I'm like,
That's where I know I've worked hard.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the gratification I get.
Exactly.
Because if I ain't the one out here getting paid, at least I'm the one that I don't want to sound big headed, but I'm fucking better. Like I'm
you are,
better.
though. But
Like, you know
that's
what I
what you
mean?
need. That's
Like,
what you need.
and that's not
As an
no
artist.
ego. That's just confidence because I know what I worked for.
I'm 100%.
You know what I
you
mean?
should have that
100%.
confidence 100%, my guy.
And that's what I mean. I'm not gonna
You
sit
deserve
here
that.
and talk the most. All I know is when it comes to music, like I said, the music itself. That's one thing I know nobody can take from me.
Mhm.
Like
So
if business ain't booming, the music is.
one thing I do notice about you is that you are slept on as an artist.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I feel like you definitely are slept on as an artist, and you know what I mean. Like, how you working through that? How you getting to? You don't have to give nothing of your like scheme on. You know what I mean? Getting your stuff out there. I don't want you to give your secrets away.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean? How are you working on becoming like getting more notice as an artist, and stuff like that, man? Because you definitely are a hell of an artist. I'm not gonna lie. Like, as I said, one more time, plugging you in, and I'm gonna keep doing it. Not even one more time. I'm
No,
gonna
please,
plug you in again.
please. Appreciate it.
We're gonna have the links to his album from last year. There, we're gonna have the links to his Apple Music, YouTube videos, all that. This guy's a hell of an artist. Definitely go give my man a listen. It's gonna surprise you. It's gonna surprise you. He's gonna surprise you. I promise you.
Oh yeah, hold up. Take a good look at me for anybody that don't know me. Hold on. I'm shitting on everybody this year,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
just so you know.
Yes, sir. So back to the question.
Sum it up. You have to be relentless in every way, shape, or form to everybody. Like, I took a little break, and that's so detrimental. Just any break is so detrimental, and that's the weird part about being an artist too, is because breaks are necessary.
Yes, yes, sir. And I agree because I remember I was in like last year probably I was in the studio like 24/7 with this
Yeah.
guy.
Like,
I was there with him, and I believe in that. But one thing we do talk about here on this podcast is just like we've been talking about it for like the last 2 episodes, or this is not even out yet. Previous episodes is that consistency is key
Yes.
when it comes to anything that you're trying to reach, any goals.
yes.
It's consistency and action. You know what I mean? So like
Mm-hmm.
that's what we believe are the keys into succeeding in any platform. Even though you said you need a break as an artist, but I'm pretty sure there's like, and this is me, if you don't know me, there's something you could always work on as an artist.
See, I feel like that whole consistency thing, the only issue with it though, at least being put as broad as it is when you say consistency, all right, say I want to be an artist, right? When you say consistency is key. When we're talking about a musical artist on the broad level, that means being consistent with dropping music. That means being consistent with working on your craft. That means being consistent with all of this stuff. But on the flip side of that comes with, like, yeah, you're an artist. This is your dream. This is what you want to do. But you also need to consistently be a human being. And by that, I mean taking a break. You know what I'm saying? Meditating. Having new life experiences. You have to be consistent with that. And you know what I mean?
That's what
Now,
makes the artist an artist, because you have
yes,
to experience
but what I'm saying
that,
is
yes.
technically those things to certain people might take away from that other thing. So somebody like me, I'm looking for. I'm still trying to like find the beauty of life. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta
like,
have a balance in between.
You know what I mean? Everything is about balance, and that's also a thing I'm trying to like grasp and work on is just consistency, where and what is important, and a good way to balance everything because it's hard.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, it's life. It's life. Life is.
That's
hard.
what I'm saying.
You know
Like,
what I
yo,
mean?
I could go to the studio tonight, or I could go drink a beer. Now, one sounds, you know what I'm saying? One sounds like a clear cut option, bro. Go to the studio because you know you're smarter than that, yo. But at the end of the day, like,
You're tired. Maybe you want to relax and have a beer.
what if I haven't relaxed? What if I go to the studio and do more worse? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's practice.
You're doing
yes,
more
all this
detriment into
exactly.
Exactly.
And you wouldn't know that. Now that's not something that I'm saying people should dwell on. All I'm saying is, spiritually, one night going to have a beer with your friends at a bar might do more for you.
Yeah, I definitely believe
It's
in,
about making those calls though.
It's having
and
a
that's where it
balance.
should
Having
be
a balance
hard.
between both.
I
Having a
definitely
balance
believe in
between both.
having a balance and
Mhm.
like, you know what I mean, enjoying life and not only working on your craft. You, my brother, is just make sure you're accountable and you're responsible for
Yes.
where you want to be because nobody's gonna make that shit happen
Mhm.
but you. Just know that, and that's
Exactly.
a fact. So, yeah, I mean that's great that you.
But another thing that I'm sorry, I gotta add. Another thing that bothers me too is we still in our youth, bro.
Oh no, definitely.
100%.
But this is how I look at it.
Like, we still in our youth.
I'd rather spend my youth. Now, as I said, there's a balance. Of course,
That's the inner fucking fight I have myself every day.
Listen, I'll
never be young. I'll never be young enough to have this type of fun again. But at the same time, it's about what you build in your youth. So what you spend your time doing in it. That
at
like,
least
damn.
least you could
It's
do
hard right
if you're gonna if you're gonna put the least amount of work in, at least build a solid foundation for
Mhm.
yourself.
Yep.
But my thing is as well is we're young still, but 30 is still young.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So like if you could
Not
build
gonna lie,
yourself up for
40
1
is
year,
still young too.
40 is still
Like,
young.
People, it's a young. You're a young adult, basically. I feel like that's your real young adultness.
Yes.
When you're 30,
Yes.
when you're 40, you're an adult. I feel like, but once you're 30, 35, that's when, honestly, you become an adult. You're like, all right, I need to figure out my career. I need to make money. When you're in your
I feel
young
like,
30s, that's us now, right now.
I feel like you should do that early.
Yeah,
though.
but you should
Just
do it
'cause it's
early,
like,
100%.
You would rather, all right, so
Everybody going to the NBA is starting at 5 years old now.
and you would rather build that foundation early because, like, when you get older, you want to be able to relax when you're early. Like, I would rather
yeah.
want to relax.
Oh, yeah.
There's people that's working that, like, I know that's 70 years old, that's still working a job.
Yeah, that's crazy.
When I'm 70 years
That's
old, I'm
crazy.
trying to be kicked back on the beach.
70.
a cigar.
When I'm 35.
Oh, yeah.
When I'm 32.
I'm just saying,
I know,
yeah.
I know what you mean though.
Trying to
But
do that next
that's
year.
that's why
That's
why
exactly.
But that's what you need to learn as being young. I'm not gonna lie, we all came up kind of the same way. We all didn't get nothing we wanted. We're not rich. We're not, we're not crazy well off. We might be we're well off. We're not.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, we're
starving.
not- yeah,
We're not
yeah,
starving,
yeah.
but at the same time, we need to learn how to get that foundation now. Lay a foundation, grow something that actually is gonna matter when we're older. But also have that leisure. We like to go have fun. Sometimes we go out to the bars. You know what I mean? Have a leisure, but also set a real foundation, not a fake, a real foundation. While also
just
having
be.
fun.
That's
why
be
we all need to learn the
responsible.
balance. Have a responsibility
And one
to
thing
learn the balance.
I noticed that helped me is having a team. Like how you said, I think we spoke about this off camera. I don't know if you mentioned it here. I know you do have a team though.
Oh, I have a wonderful team.
Yeah, you have a team, and that's why, you know what I mean. He has a great team. I know a lot of his.
I have a wonderful team.
You know what I mean. And that's
Shout
one
out to
thing
the team that I don't have anymore though.
Yeah, as I was saying, like my team, like me and him are a team, and we hold each other accountable to, you know what I mean, to be on this shit, and that's why we see shit, and woo, we're having a whole bunch of technical difficulties today.
It's okay.
It's okay. All right, so we had another technical.
Oh
man,
jeez, Rick.
this is too slow.
What does that mean?
All right, so for the rest of this podcast, we're gonna have to yell.
I'm cool with it.
All right, so we could put the mics down. The mics aren't gonna work, cause we're getting it from the mud still. And we're here with the mud. So hopefully I don't have to cut all of this out, but we're gonna have to do some editing.
We're gonna
You're gonna
have
have
to start
to do
wrapping
some
it up
editing.
too.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
definitely start wrapping this up. So basically, what I was saying, a team is great.
Oh, yo, team is everything, bro.
Team is everything.
A team with consistency. Damn.
And as I said, even
Damn.
having consistency, discipline, and holding self accountable.
100%.
And just like how we kept it here, we keep I want to keep everything in house. So as I said, if you haven't heard the intro and the outro, give yourself 15 seconds to really listen to it, because that's this man right here.
Let's give it up for L.A.
He's a fucking beast. L.A Gellis. Once again, everything that he drops, his YouTube, his Apple Music, his Instagram, all of that will be in the link below. Like and subscribe. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts and all that. And
Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Music. Also him on Spotify and Apple Music.
Yes, please.
And probably
I need
SoundCloud everywhere.
all the love.
Let's punch it all in.
Because the only way we're going is up.
that's how you say it. But
Fuck it.
if you're down at, for all those who's down at the bottom and stuck at the bottom, there's only one way up, and that's to elevate. Thank you.
Bye-bye to the whole me. I'ma turn to a man. Fuck all the negative energy. People don't flow with me. I'ma turn to the brand. I'ma go make me some enemies. Not being low key. About to come up, I run up on anybody. Do a show and I bet they gon' know me. And this shit till I'm lonely. I've been low, so sad.